Hello, this is Mr. Stansbury. I'm going to take you through the notes on similarity criteria. At the end of this, you should be able to say, I can develop criteria for triangle similarity. Okay, so first thing, to prove that triangles are similar, use one of the following criteria. We can use angle-angle similarity, AA, and that states that if two angles from one triangle are congruent to the corresponding angles of the other triangle, then the triangles have to be similar. Okay, and remember, the equal sign with the little wiggle over the top, that's congruent, and just the wiggle on its own, that means similar. Okay. You can also use side-angle-side similarity, SAS. If two sides from one triangle are proportional to corresponding sides, remember, proportional is not the same as congruent, just means they have the same ratio to corresponding sides of another triangle, and their included angles are congruent, then the triangles are similar. And then we have side-side-side similarity. If all three sides of a triangle are proportional to all three corresponding sides of another triangle, then the triangles are similar. Okay, so let's take a look at an example to help us out with that, and away we go. So determine if triangles are similar. If they are similar, give the criteria used and write the similarity statement. Okay, so big thing here is that these two lines here are parallel, signified by the little arrows, right? So that means that, say, this angle here, oops, I cannot see that. This angle here has to be the same as this angle here because of alternate interior angles, right? So think of this line going on forever and ever, this line going on forever and ever. There's our transversal alternate interior angles. We could have also done the same thing with those two, but even better than that is probably these vertical angles here. Those two are vertical angles, so we have this angle congruent to that angle congruent to that angle. So that would be our angle-angle similarity, right? Okay. So now that we know that they're similar, give the criteria used and write the similarity statement. So now we want to name the similar triangle. So we would say triangle, and you can choose whatever you want. I'm going to choose the first one that we had, the second one, and then the third. So I'm going to go H. Oh, there's no letter in here. Let's give it a letter. Let's call that M. Okay. So now that would say HMI, so triangle HMI is similar to triangle, and then again we start with H, which was the single one, so that's L, and then we went to the middle, that's M, and then K. Okay, so there's our similarity statement. All right, B. We've got 38, 100, 37, and 100, so those two are obviously the same. Let's see, this is 38 and that's 37. Let's figure out what one of these last angles is going to be, right? So we've got, let's call this, say, X right here. So we know that 100 plus 38 plus X has to equal 180, right? So that's 138 equals 180. Subtract one, oh, sorry, I forgot the X. Plus X equals 180. Subtract the 138 from both sides. And we get that X is 42 degrees, right? So now problem is this is 37. Let's see, this is 38, 142 is this angle right here, right? So these have to have all the same angles. And look, we have a 37. We do not have a 37 over here. So these two are not similar. So not ... That means therefore not similar. Okay, and then C here, we've got, let's see, this 6, it could be proportional to this 8, so we could say 6 over 8, as this 6 is to 8 equals 6 over 8, right? So we can say we started, this one here is the small, and then say this could be like the left leg, this could be the right leg, although the left and the right doesn't really work with that too much, but we use a small 6 is to 8 as the other 6 is to 8. That obviously is true, and then this angle is the same as that. So look, we have a side, this angle, and this side, right? So that would be side, since we have the two sides, and when the angle, as long as it's the angle that's in between those two sides, so look, it's these two sides, and it's this angle right here. Since it's the angle that connects those two sides, it's SAS, and that was one of the ones that we could use, along with AA and side, side, side. Those are the only three we can use. So now our triangle similarity that we would have to write, we would need some letters. So let's assign these. Let's go A, B, C, and say D, E, F. Okay, so if we're going to name these similar triangles, we would have to go with triangle. I'm going to go with ABC, make our life easy. Should be similar to triangle. Let's see, A was this one on the top. So since these two are the same and these two are the same, we really could name these a couple different ways. I'm just going to do this. D. So I'm going to start with D. And then from A to B, we travel along the hypotenuse. So then we'd have to go F. And then we'd have to end up with E. And if you'll notice, angle C and angle E are two right angles. So then we're good to go on that one as well. Okay? Okay, we got one more example. Let's do a little comedy break first.
Driving the other day, and there's a guy in the lane next to me. He's in a convertible. He's talking on a cell phone. I think I'm more important than I really am. And here's why. Just yammering uselessly. So I had to watch what I was doing and what he's doing. And this guy had construction in his lane, so he needed to merge into my lane. He didn't even know this because he's into his call, and I knew he needed to merge. I gave him some room. I swear, here's how he thanked me. He's looking down, he's talking, he looks up, sees the construction, sees that I'm giving him room, and he goes, could less effort possibly be put into thanking a fellow human being? Oh man, here I was all self-absorbed, and you were nice enough to look out for my safety. I don't know how to thank you other than...
All right. Last example here. For each pair of triangles, write the similarity criterion, if any, that can be used to show the triangles are similar. So, look, we've got 38, 38. This one's 38, and let's see. Oh, we got sides, so we got possible proportional sides. So we do have an angle, some angles that are similar, but we don't have any other ones over here. So let's do this. Hopefully 9 on the short one. Let's see, we got 9 and 5, 10 and 18. So let's see if 9 over 18 is the same as, we started with the small, so we're going to stick with the small first on this one. 9 and 5, small up top. And then the large on the bottom is the same. 5 should be the same ratio as 5 to 10. So we can double check those. You might be able to look at that and say, yep, those are both a half, but you can double check those by cross multiplying. 5 times 18, if they're similar, if they're proportional, then 5 times 18 has to equal 9 times 10. 5 times 18 is 90. 9 times 10 is 90. So these are proportional. So this side here is going to be proportional to this side. This side here is going to be proportional to this side. And then look, we got the angle that's in between them. So we have two sides, and between those two sides, the connection that's made is the angle that we know is similar. So we can put the A in the middle. So we have side, angle, side. So these are similar. Okay? These over here, this is just like the example we just did, 6. This is side 6. That one is 9. So we obviously know that 6 over 9 has got to be the same as 6. The ratio of 6 to 9 is the same as the ratio of 6 to 9. And let's see, so that side, say to that side, this side to that side. They're not congruent, so I really probably shouldn't be marking these as congruent sides, but they're similar sides right here. Those are proportional sides. And so we have our two sides. And then we do have the angle that connects those two sides. So this is also side, angle, side. And then this last one here, we've got 21 and 85. We know that this side's the same as this. Well, not the same, but proportional. And 21 is to 14, so then we know we're just going to have to assume that these sides are going to be proportional to each other, and then we have this angle here. So we have two sides again, side, side, and we got this angle. Now, these two sides meet here. That's not the angle that we have, so it would be side, side angle, and that is not a congruence criteria, so we cannot say, we do not know if these are similar or not. Okay? All right, that's all there is for similarity criteria. If you have any further questions, please feel free to ask in class. Thanks.